Part 2 on the Woocommerce settings section. The previous video covered the general and the products tab and the sub tabs for products. We now moved on to the tax tab, which is something that I've never personally used. I'm not VAT registered. I've never needed to be VAT registered, but I understand that some people may be and might be and will need to be for various different reasons. So I'm going to cover this the best I can. Obviously, having not used this section before, I don't exactly know what to put in all of the boxes, but I do understand that it's fairly straightforward if you already know about tax. Bearing in mind, tax would be the equivalent of VAT in this country, for the UK that is. Obviously the first one is enable taxes and calculations. You're going to need to switch that on if you want tax on your website. Some websites will show prices exclusive or inclusive. That's entirely up to you. I think most people in the UK assume that all prices are inclusive of tax on most websites. So that would be a good idea to switch on. But obviously that is entirely up to you. You can calculate your tax based upon your shipping address. So if you're selling overseas, for example, I believe the VAT rate is lower than if you were selling in the UK, so you would want to calculate that based upon other options. And then you can set various shipping tax based items as well. So if you need to calculate tax on shipping as well. You've got various different rates you can set, and price to displays, etc. Then you actually move on to the standard rates section. And here you can actually insert the rates. So you would just do insert a row, for example, specify a country code, using capital letters. State codes obviously we don't use. Postcode, that would, if you leave it blank, I would assume it would cover all codes. And then obviously your rate for the UK will be 20%. You can call this UK VAT, and whether it's included in shipping or not. If you have a tax rate table, you could import one, and then you can save your changes. And there you have your first tax rate. You have option for reduced rates, which would be very similar. Why you would reduce rates or not reduce rates for tax purposes, I don't know because I don't do tax, but obviously there is the option here. And then you have the zero rate rates. So you may have products, for example, that are exempt from VAT, and then you can assign the products to zero rates on a country basis. I'm going to cover the checkout, shipping and accounts and emails section in the next video. Just keep this one for tax only.